Do you get it? I didn't have my aha moment.
Understanding the relationship between your spirit and your heart and your health is fundamental to all our wellness journeys. We can't avoid stressful experiences. All we can control is how we deal with them. So we have Sandra here, who is the clinical director for the Montreal Centre for Anxiety and Depression, and she's going to help you better understand that relationship.
The thing is that I want to talk about and put out to all of you is you came on this journey because you want some improvements in your life. And you can't do that until you accept a basic premise, which is that you're important.
I had an interesting time today with Sandra, you know. I currently feel like I'm getting closer to the place that I want to be as far as like my esteem is concerned. And I think Sandra saw that. My character and my personality, I like who I am. I like that people like me, you know? But the last little bit is like being like completely confident in my body image.
I do want to establish the difference between confidence and esteem because they're not the same. So this sort of I'm confident that I'm on top of things is perhaps a defense mechanism, and a smart defense mechanism at that. But defense mechanisms in general, although adaptive for a while, eventually will bite you in the face. You talked a lot about not being in touch with your emotions, so it's kind of clear that if you're not in touch with your emotion, you're not going to know what your needs are. So how does that play out in your day-to-day life?
Before I guess started my journey of healing, I didn't know that there were as many emotions aside from, okay, it was pissed, happy, sad, mad.
Jenny was wonderful to work with and very, very insightful girl. What's happened to her is a tough one because her emotions are literally, and she's very lucky, she actually knows this, her emotions have been shut off.
I fear that if I show my kids like I'm crying about this or that, like they're gonna see me sad and...
I find it interesting what you're saying because it says a lot about you. It says that in your family of origin, physical pain is valid and emotional pain is not. So her journey is going to be to really take the risk to feel emotions and as an adult remind herself that she can handle them. So it's very easy for me not to notice what I'm feeling. So I've had to teach myself, and that's why I know you guys can do it, to check in with myself throughout the day and say, what am I feeling and what do I need? Let's start with just feeling. Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling angry?
A lot of things.
At one point when I was talking with Karen and asked her, what do you feel and what do you need? She kept going back to her mother.
Like this journey. My mom knows nothing about it. She lives right next door to me. She wants nothing to do with it. She thinks it's stupid, it's superficial, and...
That was the story, and I had to bring her back to, but what do you feel and what do you need? But you brought up your mom when I asked you, what do you feel and what do you need? So I want to come back to that because I really want you to take that home. So you're feeling angry? What do you need to do to help yourself with that anger? I can tell you what I do when I'm angry. I can tell you.
Tell you what I do when I'm angry.
Tell me.
I hide behind joking and I hide behind, like, doing things for others, like, but always in the back of my mind and in my heart, I take a lot of place and I don't know why, because I don't even think I deserve to take any kind of place.
The victim role is a role. It's a very seductive role, by the way. There's comfort in being a victim. It's much better to be a victim than it is to be a perpetrator, for example. People feel sorry for you. There's a lot of attention on that role. So it's very seductive and therefore one of the hardest roles for people to get out of.
If I was important, my mother would have stayed.
Okay, that's common reason that...
Father would have been there.
Yeah. My heart breaks to hear that, and I can certainly understand because as children, when our parents aren't there for us, we naturally assume we're the problem.
I've been hurt so many times in my life, and people have hurt me that I didn't trust anybody. And that strength or that hardness of me was a way to just be like, you're not gonna hurt me anymore. Nobody's gonna hurt me anymore.
This is a girl who has been through incredible trauma, and I see a lot of resiliency in her, as I do in all these participants. There too, there's again possibly not knowing that there's another role in life but the victim. And I felt that she's delightful, but there too, there was a lot of yes-butting. It's not possible to get out of this. It's not possible to do this. And the problem with that is that our brains, the way our brains work, is if you tell your brain you can't do something, your brain believes you. So a tragic story, a lot of hope for change, in my opinion, but the belief has to be there. And that's gonna be everyone's challenge. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? Change is hard. You have to want it badly. Thanks, guys. It's nice to talk with you guys.
Change doesn't happen just because you want it. You have to put in the work. And this is really, really hard. But it's worth it because you'll be leading the life you want. I want everybody to know that they're worth the effort.